Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today. We're going to wait just a couple more minutes to give some grace to those who are still joining us. We'll get started here in a couple of minutes. Thank you. All right, good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us today for our webinar on how student loan assistance can lead to higher employee retention and less stress. I'm Tatum Pugh. I'm a marketing associate at Peanut Butter. Today, we are going to be recording our webinar. And also throughout the webinar, please feel free to use the Q&A function down at the bottom of your screen to submit any questions that you may have. Starting us off today will be Kate Walker, Talent Recruitment Specialist at RCEDC. Kate?
Wonderful. Thank you, Tatum. Welcome to today's presentation. We're so happy to have you join us today. Today, we're going to learn about how financial health impacts workers' job performance, how student debt can affect America's workforce and how companies can help, how employer-sponsored student loan assistance can help increase employment engagement, and how employers can now offer student loan repayment tax-free. Before we get started, I'm going to give a brief overview of RCEDC, so you can learn a little bit more about what we do. Dave, if you could please advance to the next slide. Just for a little background, RCEDC is the County of Racine's lead economic development entity, and we provide a lot of different resources to our area employers. We do so in a variety of ways. We can assist employers with asset acquisition. We also run a CEO call program. We can provide market research and data, and we also provide assistance to small businesses. We have three operational areas that we operate under, one being BLP, which is Business Lending Partners, and Business Lending Partners can assist with low interest financing, a matching grant program. We also administer Small Business Administration SBA 504 program. We can also assist with state and local incentives under our BLP area. Under our BRE area, Business Recruitment and Expansion, we can assist with land and building searches. We can provide free property listing tools. We can assist with expansion support and relocation assistance as well. And then under Talent Resources, under Greater Racine County, we work with different educational partnerships. We can assist with employee recruitment, training and job fairs, and workforce assistance. Next slide, please. Thank you. Under our Talent Resources, we also offer a website called Greater Racine County, and it serves as a forward-facing site to really promote our area employers and lead with their job opportunities. It's a very robust website and also features a lot of social media behind our campaign to really educate prospective talent on the great resources available in Racine County. To support our companies locally, we offer a CEO roundtable, and that's a peer learning group that's facilitator-led, and they meet about 10 times a year. We also provide forum for HR professionals to network and share best practices. And then a lot of those areas focus on retention, development, and recruitment efforts. And then we also partner with RAMAC and Living as a Leader to provide a series called Living as a Leader. This program builds leadership skills during monthly workshops and one-on-one coaching. Next slide, please. Now I'm pleased to introduce to you Dave Arnson. He is the CEO of Peanut Butter. He's previously founded 6 businesses as an entrepreneur and entrepreneur. He served as Senior Director of Business Development at Sears Holdings and a Director of Corporate Development at Jebity. He has 20 years of experience and has been a national speaker in several circuits, including the Society for Human Resource Management, SHRM, and has spoken on Capitol Hill. He can be found in interviews with the Washington Post, Forbes, and Inc. He holds an MBA in Entrepreneurship and Innovation from J.L. Kellogg School of Management and Northwestern University, and a BSBA in Finance from Valparaiso University. Now I'm going to kick it over to Dave, and real pleased to have him here today.
Thanks so much, Kate. It's great to talk with everyone, among those our neighbors in the north. I'm Dave Aronson, Chief Executive at Peanut Butter. Our company was founded in Chicago. We operate nationwide and have offices in New York. Today we'll talk about student loan assistance and how this unique new benefit can be used to help companies in Racine County attract, retain, and engage college-educated workers to help you increase intellectual capital and expand your economy. You'll learn about the challenges that employees face when it comes to student debt. You'll learn about how other companies are offering student loan assistance, best practices in program design, and how programs are operated, including a glance at the experience that employees have when organizations offer student loan assistance. As a result of today's call, you'll walk away well equipped to understand if your organization might be a good candidate to use student loan assistance to accomplish its talent and business goals, and you'll walk away with a good understanding of how to design that program in line with the ways that other companies are using this benefit to accomplish their goals. Today, student debt is everywhere. 45 million Americans hold over $1.5 trillion in student loans. What many people don't realize is how burdensome this debt has become. Over the last 15 years, student debt has outpaced disposable income by close to 500%, and it's never been more burdensome, especially now in today's uncertain economic times. There's compelling data that says that student debt is ruining people's quality of life. Studies show that it's keeping people from getting married, buying cars, buying homes, saving for retirement. Effectively, it's delaying the American dream. While that's a challenge for many, it's an opportunity for employers, particularly employers in areas that are less densely populated, where America's newly remote workforce is increasingly interested in relocating to work. With student loan assistance, your organization can stand out as an employer of choice. Today, companies are choosing to help with student loans in one of 2 ways. Companies offer student loan resources to help employees help themselves. It gives them all of the resources they need to manage their student debt. Many companies choose to complement student loan resources with a student loan repayment plan where the organization commits to making monthly contributions toward employees' loans. When companies offer student loan resources, they do it to help people along the way to getting out from under their student debt. Most people who hold student loans don't know how to find out if they could pay less. That changes with student loan assistance. When you provide resources, they get a single place to organize their loans, curated insights and advice on how to manage their student debt, access to a refinancing marketplace, free and paid counseling services. The concept here is that your employees need help managing their debt, and by equipping them with the resources, they can get out of debt faster, and your company can play a meaningful part in that journey to financial well-being. Many companies complement student loan resources with a student loan repayment program. Student loan repayment can be started at any time. When the company offers the benefit, it's rolled out like many other benefits today. Enrollment is digital. Your administrator will verify the employee's loans and support your employees to help them get enrolled in the program. And then your administrator will collect your company's contribution, send it directly to the employee's loan servicer, and provide reporting and support to the employees. Your company can create great engagement with any form of student loan assistance program, but it's when you include student loan repayment that you're likely to see movement in your most important talent metrics. Today, 2/3 of job candidates report that they're absolutely more willing to accept an offer that includes student loan repayment. We see companies like Rise Interactive say things like, this student loan assistance is a huge recruiting tool for us. It's been a boon for us finding talent. On the other end of the talent spectrum, if your organization has found it important to keep the people that you have invested in on board, this is something that can bolster your employee retention. Today, college-educated workers report that they're willing to stay in a job 36% longer when they receive student loan repayment. And companies like Medix have said we've seen virtually no turnover among those participating in our student loan assistance program. These are often the most highly quantifiable advantages that companies can see in offering student loan assistance, but they're not the only advantages. Diversity has never been more important in today's leading organizations. And student loan assistance presents a unique opportunity that for companies to engage underrepresented groups. Today, 2/3 of student debt is held by women, and African Americans and Hispanics are twice as likely to hold student loans as their white peers. That means that student loan repayment can help you engage underrepresented groups and accelerate the positive impacts of both gender and cultural diversity. Last but not least, companies that are struggling to maintain morale in a work from home environment, companies that are struggling to engage their team members when they're coming back to work, can bolster their culture by creating a culture of shared achievements. When Peanut Butter made the last payment on these employees' loans, we sent them, as we always do, their Peanut Butter honorary diplomas. These gals got so excited about it, they posted to Instagram, "Thank you, Pro Service, for helping us pay off our student loans. #blessed." This was a loyalty building opportunity for this employer, Pro Service Hawaii, and a culture building opportunity for them overall, because it highlighted how their company creates shared achievements with its employees. A bit about us. Peanut Butter today is trusted by top employers across the country. We work with Instacart to help them attract new workers. Since the beginning of the pandemic, they've offered Peanut Butter student loan assistance to each of the new 500,000 workers who joined their organization. We're trusted by big publicly traded companies like Broadridge Financial, Zovio, Adtalem, and we work with small businesses as well. Whether your organization is big or small in any industry, we have the right solution and platform to make it efficient for your company to use this benefit to accomplish your talent goals. What employers tell us about their experience with Peanut Butter is that they appreciate that we are financial wellness forward, we're conflict free, and that our system is easy to use. Those are our commitments to our clients. Employers say that working with Peanut Butter is fast, simple, and hassle-free, and we often exceed their expectations when it comes to implementation. Companies today can get started offering student loan assistance in under an hour. Once you're ready to offer the benefit at your company, it'll take 15 minutes to provision your account and set up your student loan repayment plan. We'll host a 45-minute program initiation call where your customer success manager works with you to review the setup of your account and walk you through best practices for communication, which have all been documented and templatized for you. By the end of that 1 hour, you'll be one mouse click away from inviting your employees to the benefit. And our streamlined process makes it easy to administer the program for your company in less than 30 minutes per month. A bit about the design of student loan assistance programs and the questions that companies answer when they choose to offer this benefit. First, how much will we contribute if we choose to offer student loan repayment? And I'm here to tell you it's probably less than you might think. If a company contributes $50 per month, it will help the average person with student debt get out from under her loans in 8 years instead of 10 and save close to $7,000 in principal and interest. While this might seem modest from the company's perspective, it's quite meaningful to the worker and impactful. Companies have realized that they're not today competing for talent based on how much they offer in student loan repayment. They're competing for talent based on whether or not they offer this benefit at all. So modest contributions make a meaningful impact and allow companies to stand out as an employer of choice. When your organization decides to offer student loan assistance, you'll decide if you want to offer student loan repayment. If you choose to include student loan repayment, you'll decide how much you want to offer. In most cases, $50 per month is an appropriate amount. Most companies choose to make all employees eligible for the benefit, and they typically see 25% of employees elect to participate. That's because about 25% of the US workforce holds student loans. And last but not least, the company will set the effective date. All timing for the program is communicated by your administrator, so if you work with Peanut Butter, you don't need to worry about telling people when the program starts or when the payments will start. Everything is tracked digitally for them. The three most popular programs that we see in the market today all include student loan resources. So all companies that offer student loan assistance provide the do-it-yourself version of student loan assistance to help employees help themselves with their student debt. The first most popular program is where the company offers a $50 per month contribution in student loan repayment, and they offer student loan resources. The next most popular program is where the company just offers student loan resources and they don't offer student loan repayment in the first year. And the third most popular program is where the company offers student loan resources and a $100 per month contribution to the repayment of employees' loans. In Racine County, I believe that most employers will appropriately address the interest of their team with a $50 per month contribution. The times that we see a $100 per month contribution are where organizations operate in an area with a high cost of living, such as Los Angeles or New York, and where organizations operate in an industry where people have a significant amount of student debt. So if you're trying to attract veterinarians or dentists, you might want to be at $100. But for other companies, if you're trying to attract, retain software engineers, digital marketers, salespeople, managers, $50 per month is probably an appropriate contribution for your company. Now I'm going to show you a bit about what the employee receives. First, you'll see student loan resources and how we provide the tools that employees need to manage their debt. Remember, all programs include student loan resources. So second, you'll see the enrollment experience for an employee who is eligible to receive student loan repayment, and I'll highlight how student loan resources is included. Last, we'll wrap up by summarizing those companies that can see the most value in student loan assistance, and we'll cover Q&A. So remember, if you have questions along the way, submit them through the Q&A feature of Zoom, and we'll be sure to address your questions at the end of the call. Student loan resources here to help your employees help themselves. 70% of people with student loans don't know how to find out if they could pay less, and that changes when they get access to student loan resources. Here, they can organize their loans. They can link their federal and private student loans so that they can see up-to-date information on the balance and interest rate of all of their loans. They're presented with a pay-down visualizer that will help the employee model out different repayment scenarios. The magic, though, is in the action list. Since employees struggle to understand what to do and when to do it, our technology helps them with a curated list that indicates what tactics might be most appropriate to help them save. And everything is complemented with proprietary content that not only helps them understand when to do it and how to do it, but why it's important. So this employee learns about how to set up direct debit and how much that can save her. We walk her through government programs, including public service loan forgiveness and how to apply, when you might be a good candidate, how to work with the Department of Education to change the structure of your federal loans. And we help the borrower with concepts related to restructuring, including federal loan consolidation and private loan refinancing. Not only is everything guided and supported with insights and information, but everything is actionable. So employees can take steps right now, as an example, to get quotes for refinancing and to refinance their loans and start saving. Here, you have a glance at our Refinancing Marketplace. We've created this so that lenders compete for your employee's business. We want to make sure that the employee gets the best possible deals, so we make all of the lenders compete, and that means that your employees don't need to go to a bunch of different websites to get a bunch of different quotes. They can get everything in one place in a couple of minutes, and they know they're getting a great deal. Employees who need a little bit more help have both free and paid counseling options available to them to help with their student loans, their home loans, their credit card debt, and more. And once they've mastered their student debt, they've got financial wellness modules to help them with topics like how do I save for the down payment on a home, or how do I establish an emergency savings fund. Everything you've seen so far is part of student loan resources. Peanut Butter makes this available as a low-cost way to engage college-educated workers. So if you're a medium-sized company with between 150 and 1,000 employees, you would pay just $2,500 per year for company-wide access to student loan resources. That means anyone in your company, as well as their dependents, their spouses, can utilize the platform to manage their loans. If your company chooses to offer student loan repayment, Peanut Butter can support the program for a small additional administrative fee. Here's what the repayment administrative process looks like. Remember, you can begin offering student loan repayment at any time. Your company can offer one or multiple plans, and your assigned Peanut Butter Customer Success Manager will work with your HR team to ensure that those plans are designed and implemented in line with best practices. Once an employee is invited to student loan repayment, they receive an email invitation from Peanut Butter, just like the resources user did. They click and either create their Peanut Butter account or log in. Once they're logged in, they'll receive a full explanation of the student loan repayment benefit. Here, the employee sees their company's logo, just like the resources user did. They see that their company is interested in helping them pay back their student loans, in this case at $50 per month. The employee has an on-screen video to describe what it means to participate in the program and their responsibilities. They've got answers to frequently asked questions, and of course, if there are any additional questions, Peanut Butter is here to help. So the employee is supported along the way. The company doesn't need to worry about a flood of phone calls coming in or writing additional documentation. It's at this point when the employee will elect to participate and provide information about their student loan. The technology will review the loan to make sure that the loan complies with the company's program. So basically, Peanut Butter makes sure that the loan is in fact a student loan, that it's in the employee's name, not their cousin's name, that it's got a balance, and that it's got all the payment information we need to remit contributions to their account. Along the way, the employee will have agreed to the terms of use. These have been written to document everything related to the program to protect the employee, including describing the timing and responsibilities that were covered in the video during their explanation of benefit, and to protect the employer. This ensures that none of the liability for the employee's loan would ever enter onto the employer's balance sheet. These have been written and tried and tested with employers across the country to ensure best practices for you and for your employees. Once the employee is enrolled, she can log into her Peanut Butter account at any point and see information about her participation in the student loan repayment plan. So here, the employee can see that her company contributes $50 per month toward her loan. She's elected to have her contribution applied to her Navient student loan account. And she's got an accounting of the past payments. So each month she can see how much the company contributes to what account and the status of the payment. She's not going to be contacting the company's HR department to ask how the payments go, because Peanut Butter keeps her up to speed in a transparent way. Last but not least, she has her open action items, so she can pick up on student loan resources wherever she left off, chipping away further at her student debt. Each month, the employee receives an email from Peanut Butter confirming the payment was applied to her account. So here, Susan learns that her company, Crossroad Technology, just contributed $50 toward her loans. As a result, she's now 6 days closer to being debt-free. This is a consistent, positive, and quantified reminder of the good that the company is doing for her, and it reinforces why her employer is a great place for her to build her career. Employers that offer student loan repayment simply pay for administration of the repayment plan based on actual participation in the repayment plan. So the company will determine who's eligible, the employee determines if they'd like to participate, and for each employee who receives a contribution participating in the program, the company pays an additional fee. For a medium-sized employer, that's just $5 per participant per month. All of our pricing is available on our website at getpeanutbutter.com. And additional information about student loan assistance and student loan repayment plans. If your company is in one of these three areas, you might want to act sooner rather than later in offering student loan assistance. We're seeing a number of employers of the highly educated and highly indebted move to offer student loan assistance. Employers in professional services like consultancies, attorneys, as well as advertising agencies and other professional organizations see over a third of their workforce encumbered by student debt, and the average debt holder holding close to $40,000 in student loans. Organizations in education, both public and private, are offering student loan assistance because a lot of people at those organizations hold student loans, and they hold a lot of it, on average $50,000 in student debt. Also, companies in technology and financial services where close to a third of the workforce holds student loans, and it's over $30,000 per borrower. These are the organizations that student loan can really help engage these folks. We're also, in addition to working with organizations like Instacart, that's feeding America, we're working with other employers in essential industries, organizations in healthcare and retail and wholesale who need to have the right people on board and keep them on board. Last but not least, companies that are struggling to engage remote workers, or they are struggling to get people back to work and dealing with morale issues, can utilize student loan resources, student loan assistance, knowing that a quarter of the workforce is encumbered by student debt, and likely a lot of their team is. In Racine County, this is something that can help you draw workers from neighboring areas, incentivizing people to travel south from Milwaukee, travel north from Chicago, potentially relocate from the Madison area or elsewhere. Today, we've talked about how student debt affects America's workforce. We've talked about how companies are choosing to offer student loan assistance, both providing resources and contributing to the repayment of employees' student loans. You've seen a bit about how Peanut Butter makes that easy for employers. And we've talked about how America's workforce is changing with more and more people working remote. Employers in Racine County have a unique opportunity to draw workers to the area using meaningful benefits like student loan assistance. In just a moment, I'm going to cut over to the Q&A, so please stay with us. Please submit your questions through the Q&A function, and we'll be sure to get each of them addressed. I'm going to switch over to a web browser to answer the first question that has come in. That first question is about pricing for small business. As I mentioned before, Peanut Butter makes student loan assistance easy for companies of all sizes. Here, I'm on our website, getpeanutbutter.com, and I'm going to click on the platform page. When I hover over platform, I can see information on student loan repayment administration as well as student loan resources. The question that came in is, what's the pricing for a small business? So here, I'm just going to walk through that pricing. Remember, companies pay a flat annual fee for company-wide access to student loan resources. And when they offer student loan repayment, they simply pay an additional administrative fee for each employee that receives your contribution. So let's say your company has 30 employees. You'll qualify for our small business pricing, which is just $750 per year for company-wide access to student loan resources, wherein your employees receive the marketplace where lenders compete for their loans, student loan management tips, personalized loan management insights to the action list, debt counseling options, financial wellness modules. They also receive, and I didn't mention this previously, but if they choose to refinance, your employees get a $200 rebate from the lender that Peanut Butter has negotiated on your behalf. When you subscribe for student loan resources, your company gets a secure online portal to manage the plan, 24/7 program management through that portal, documented program terms and conditions, a custom plan design recommendation, participation in ROI estimates, and employee communications templates. For organizations in Racine County, we will also be providing a dedicated customer success manager for all new clients that choose to offer student loan resources or greater. If you offer student loan repayment, you simply pay an additional $7 per month for each employee that participates in the program. Your employees receive their contribution toward your loan each month. They get a progress email that tracks how you're contributing, and they have phone and email support available. As an employer, you have an explanation of benefit provided for your employees. You have online reporting on the impact. We provide verification of the employee's loan to make sure it complies with the program terms. We provide all the documentation, including a sample Section 127 plan, and of course, you receive a customer success manager. Your organization can get started right now. We're here to help. Simply come to Get Peanut Butter and click Get Started, and we'll help you get your program set up today or answer any questions that you might have. I'm going to open up for additional questions now. While we're waiting on additional questions, I'm going to scroll through a couple of other key pages that our employer clients report are useful. This page, found under your program, Why Offer Student Loan Assistance, helps outline some of the data that we talked about today, how student loans affect America's workforce, how employees are struggling, and what companies can do to help. And last but not least, I'll cover on the industries that are served. Those top industries that can see utility from student loan assistance include education, financial services, healthcare, nonprofit, professional services, and technology. But we work with companies in lots of other industries. So construction is a good one. Construction firms have a lot of people wearing hard hats, but they also have a lot of people who are really important that have college degrees, and those role holders include project managers and civil engineers. In construction, student debt is still an issue. On this page, you can see how much of the workforce is encumbered by student loans and how much student debt the average worker in the industry holds. You can also see testimonials from other companies in the construction industry that offer the benefit. We have a question that came in. The question is, can you make it available for full-time employees only, or can you provide more for full-time employees? The answer is yes, and both. Student loan assistance is quite flexible. The most common approach that we see is that companies will offer student loan resources to all employees, and they make their full-time employees eligible for student loan repayment. That means that if you're a part-timer or you're a contractor, you just get access to the technology. If you're a full-timer, you get access to the company's contribution. Our program makes it easy to offer multiple repayment plans, but for most companies, one repayment plan at $50 per month is the most common. There are some additional ways that you can cut eligibility, and our customer success managers are always happy to help you with those questions. Thanks so much, Erica, for asking. All right, it looks like we have addressed each of the questions that has come in so far. I want to thank Kate Walker and RCEDC for inviting us to today's presentation as part of the talent development initiatives within RCEDC. As a native Chicagoan, I'm excited to have the opportunity for our company to support our neighbors to the north and help you, your businesses, and your community continue to grow and flourish in these times. My contact information is available here. You can email me directly at david.aronson@getpeanutbutter.com. Our company can be reached at 800-913-6651 or getpeanutbutter.com. And we will be following up with additional information about today's presentation for everyone who attended. Oh, I have one more question that came in. Do employers ever offer this assistance for current schooling versus student debt only? This is student loan assistance helps people with their student loans, and many employers find it valuable for people who are in school. Rather than the company paying for tuition, the company says, hey, employee, if you want to go to school, figure out how to pay for it, take out your loans, and we'll pay a portion of your loans back. So it can be used for both. Thank you so much for asking, Kate. All right, and with that being said, I will turn it back over to Kate for any concluding remarks.
Thank you, Dave. Great session today. I know we all learned a lot, and I feel like every time I speak with you, I learn something new and appreciate all of this information. We know a lot of our employees are strapped with student debt, and this is just a great resource for our employers to be able to offer. So thank you for taking the time, and we will make sure to share this with our investors for RCEDC for those that weren't able to participate today. And we will end today's session. So thank you, Dave, and have a great day, everybody.
Thanks, everyone, for joining.